Kapil Shastri, and this is the demo of this is the demo video submission of my project for this social media automation hackathon. The hackathon is about creating tools for automation for the YouTube content creators. So for this hackathon, I have created a project called AutoDub. Here is my project in the Google Colab file. Now, before the demo, let me tell you what the problem I'm trying to solve. So, language has always been a barrier between the exchange of content, exchange of ideas, and exchange of knowledge. So, also on YouTube, for example, if you see Mr. Beast, the biggest creator on YouTube, he is uh, having monthly average views on YouTube around 200 and 300 million views on his videos, but a good chunk of that audience is from India. But in that percentage of audience, for let's say maybe around 20% of his total viewership is from India. But this Indian audience, not every one of them do understand the language English. So they rely either basically on the auto dub that YouTube generally provides, which is not good at all. The quality is bad, like very bad, or they just rely on the visuals that are shown in the video. So sometimes they do not understand the gravity of maybe the debt, or maybe the bet that the players in the video are playing. Or maybe if you go to channels like Veritasium, let me show you. uh, so for example, if you see this channel, this is a great channel. They upload high quality and very knowledgeable videos around science and everything, like literally every domain of science or physics. But due to the language barrier, most of the Indians are not able to understand what is being conveyed in the video, what they can learn from it. So to solve this problem, I have created AutoDub. I'm really sorry. I have created AutoDub. So it is automated dubbing. So what it does, it you give it the video. Like for example, take for an example, I have created a complete video of my project. So for example, on Premiere Pro, I have completed the editing of my video. So now I have my video of 10 minutes. Let's say for example, I have 10 minutes of uh, the video. So what I can do is, from Premiere Pro, I can extract the complete audio of that, or maybe just the vocals, audio or vocals from that video, and I can just upload here on my project. Here it is. Here is the method to upload the audio. I can just choose the file and I can upload the audio of that project. Now, once I upload the audio of my video, so what it does, it first run a speech to text model, and with the smart intelligence on who is the speaker, how long did they speak, when did they start, when did they stop. So for example, in a single video, for example, in a video, if there is only one speaker, then it will convert the speech into text, and it will have the smart intelligence of covering the of translating the English into Hindi, but in a way that uh, it is around the length of the original audio. So the dubbing is actually of the length of the original English audio. But in a video, maybe if there are multiple speakers, so for example, inside a video there are two speakers, me and another guy. So what this intelligence translate speech to text model does, it first it understand who is the speaker. So for example, it categorize speakers into speaker A and speaker B. It will understand how long did the speaker A said, what speaker A said, what speaker B said. If they overlap, like for example, if speaker A overlapped on speaker B, then it will have the intelligence, smart intelligence, that it will understand, it will recognize the audio of the speaker A and speaker B, and it will like frame the whole sentence in a way that it feels like it was dubbed from English to Hindi, but also in the voice of the original speaker. So for example, if as of now, if you go on YouTube and you search a Mr. Beast video, and you will find the videos in Hindi dubbing, but the problem with them is this: the voice of Hindi dubbed is not the voice of actual Mr. Beast, like the person Jimmy. It is not the voice of Jimmy. It is the voice of someone who Jimmy paid to dub his voice into other languages. But what my project does actually is it translate the English into Hindi in the voice of that speaker using the AI voice cloning model. So as of now, I am using the Chatterbox. This is the open source voice model that I'm currently using to clone the voice of the speaker. So now let me show you the workflow of the project. The project was completely created in this VS Code, and then I pushed it to GitHub. Let me also show you my GitHub. This is where I have pushed the AutoDub, the whole project, and because it requires greater VRAM, basically it requires a GPU, strong GPU. So I am using the Google Colab. I am using their GPU. So here, this is the script. This is the first script. So what it does, it load all the libraries, required libraries. It install whatever the uh, modules we are required to install for this project, and this is the link to the GitHub repo. Now this is another library that it install. Now what I'll do is I'll show you, this is where we upload the file. So I am uploading a file. What this file is, let me also tell you. So this is, let me go back. Okay, so let me tell you what the audio is. So this is the audio. I have taken a sample of the Kung Fu Panda.
And why didn't you quit? You know.
Now, if you see the this
And why
character,
didn't you quit?
there are two
You know I
speakers.
was
There are two speakers, two characters in the voice
trying to
sample.
get rid of
The
you.
voice
Yet you
sample is of
stayed.
30 seconds. Now
I stayed. I stayed because every time you
now. So there are two speakers. So what my smart intelligence system will do is it will recognize the two speakers. It will recognize what speaker A said, how long did they said, and when did they stop, like uttering, and also what did the speaker B said, what when did they stop uttering. So it does all that. Now I'll just upload this sample. I have downloaded the audio file of that video that I just showed you, and I have named it sample 4. Now I have uploaded the sample, I'm sorry, and now this is the main repo that we need to run. So these are all the environments that we are loading. Also this is the token of Hugging Face, like we are using the voice cloning from Hugging Face itself without downloading the library actually. So this is the token, actually basically the token of the open source model that we are using. Now it is loading. Now it is now what happening here is, let me tell you. So it is first running a speech to text model, converting the speeches into the text. Then it will run a smart translation. Smart translation, by smart translation I mean what the speaker A said, how long did they said, what speaker B said, how long did they said, and it will translate them in a manner where the audio, like the translation, is very smooth. So it feels like it was actually dubbed, not just translated. It is dubbed into the different language. So here, for our for our example, we are translating it from English to Hindi. So now you see, this is where all the translation begins. It is translating the complete 30 seconds of clip in the segments of 5 to 6. As you can see, this is the speech to text. And why don't you quit, और आपने इसे क्यों नहीं छोड़ा. So this is the translation. So first it is running the translation, and then it will sync and everything perfectly, so it feels like it was dubbed. And also the best part about this project is it is doing this in the voice of the original speaker. So here in the voice of Kung Fu Panda, you will hear the same sentence in Hindi language, the actual sentence that he said in English. Also the other speaker, who was Mr. Shifu, like in the movie, it is the name of the character, this character. So whatever he said in the English language, my tool will translate the same sentence into Hindi in his original voice. So do you understand? So it is like Mr. Beast, the content of Mr. You, so it feels like you are watching the content of Mr. Beast in his original audio, but in your preferred language. So this is what I have created. Now this is the output. We'll just hear the output
करता हूँ
once.
तो ये दर्द होता है, लेकिन
और आपने इसे क्यों नहीं छोड़ा?
See,
आप जानते हैं कि मैं आपसे
I don't know if you are able to hear this or not,
छुटकारा पाने की कोशिश कर रहा था।
but it has translated the voice perfectly into the translated into the Hindi language perfectly in the voice of the original speakers. Here you can also run the test to know what the translation look like in the final output. So it will just generate the text of the output just to make sure there has not been any error. So I'll push this. It is already on the GitHub. I'll just make a copy of it and I'll submit it for this project. And I'm actually hoping to win this competition. And if I won, I will use the grant, like I'll use the winning prize to make this production ready so we can actually ship it. That ship this tool for millions of those creators, like thousands of those creators on YouTube. So as of now, as far as I know, creators like Mr. Beast and Mr. Who's the Boss and these different creators, they pay a good amount. Good amount, by the good amount I mean maybe 2,000 to $3,000 or maybe hundreds of dollars for their content to be translated into different languages. But sometimes the translation is not as smooth as it should be, and sometimes they, because the translation or the dubbing is done by a different person, then they lose the originality, the original voice of those original creators of that content. So I want to change that. So in one word, if I had to explain my project, then I have created a automatic dubbing tool where the the tool dub the voice of the speaker, the original voice of the speaker, into your preferred language. So doing this way, the original creator of that video retains his original voice in all the different languages, so he does not lose the credibility. So please have a look of it, and thank you so much. Bye bye.